Alright, think about it. The Deadpool verse, but with spider people.
That will never work, dumbass.
Hey, it's Jug. I'm sure everyone has heard of the Spiderverse. You know, the Spider-Man movies or comics where a group of spider people from the multiverse team up and travel the multiverse and end up stopping some threat. Yeah, well, what if I told you Spider-Man stole that idea and Deadpool did it first? Sort of.
What do you mean, sort of?
Alright, so Deadpool might not have been the first one to do a multiverse story. I mean, even the Spider-Man 90s cartoon has this multiverse story where a couple different Spider-Man from these different dimensions interact and team up, and I'm sure there's tons of comics that have done it before the Deadpool comics did. But Deadpool, or should I say, the Deadpools, actually laid the groundwork for the Spider-Verse as we know it with something called the Deadpool Corps.
You mean Corps, you idiot.
Corps? Corps? Deadpool Corps? I don't know. I always want to say corpse. It looks like corpse to me. Anywho, what are the Deadpool Corps? Well, featuring Deadpool, Lady Deadpool, Dogpool, and Flying Headpool, the Deadpool Corps are a multi-dimensional team of alternate reality Deadpools. It's actually quite similar to the idea of the Captain Britain Corps, but with less people and less effective and with Deadpools.
Oh, hello.
But Jug, who are these fearless heroes on the Deadpool Corps, I hear you asking?
No one is asking that.
Great question. As I mentioned earlier, the team is comprised of a bunch of multiversal Deadpools, with the most prominent members being the main Earth 616 Deadpool, Lady Deadpool, Dogpool, and Flying Headpool. Deadpool is of course our main Universe 616 Wade Wilson that everyone knows and loves. Lady Deadpool, or Wanda Wilson, is Deadpool's female counterpart from Earth 3010. On this Earth, Wanda actually leads a group of rebels that fight against US oppression. According to Wanda, the fight originally broke out because fascists took over the US government, and then there was this schism in Congress, and then people started fighting each other, and yada yada yada, you know, the United States fell apart, blah blah blah. But eventually Deadpool and Lady Deadpool meet, and they team up, and both eventually become like part leaders of the Deadpool Corps. Anyway, next there's Wade Wilson of Earth 2149, aka Flying Headpool, aka the Merc with half a mouth, aka the Merc with only a mouth, aka Z-Pool. Little is known about this Deadpool's life on his Earth before the zombie outbreak occurred, but we just assume it's similar to that of Earth 616 Deadpool. Eventually, zombie Flying Headpool made his way to Earth 616 somehow and started wreaking havoc. I mean, like, he's a zombie amongst normal people. But Deadpool soon found him and they started working together. Next up we have Dogpool. Dogpool is another fan favorite and he's actually the Wade Wilson of Earth 103173, I think. Dogpool was once a dog known as Wilson who is actually an animal test subject for Mascara X, which was basically like this mascara where you apply it once and it self-replenishes over and over and over again, so you never have to reapply makeup. Instead of doing that, Mascara X actually disfigured Wilson and gave him the ability to regenerate. The lab owners saw this disfigured dog but didn't realize he had this new powerful ability, so they decided to kind of just toss him in the trash. Dogpool eventually tore himself out of the trash and tried to make friends with humans because he was lonely, but everyone he met rejected him. It was really sad. So Dogpool became super depressed and eventually decided to let himself get hit by a car. But after the car hit him and he was writhing in pain, his body started to regenerate and Dogpool realized he couldn't die. Luckily for him, or unluckily, a circus truck was driving by and saw the dog hit by a car and then regenerate, and the circus was like, we need this dog. Wilson became the circus's starring act, the death-defying dog Deadpool. He was a little abused, but he kind of ignored it because he finally found the place where he belonged. Eventually, the main Universe 616 Deadpool made his way to Dogpool's universe, and he actually recruited Dogpool to join the Deadpool Corps. There's also a few others on the team sometimes, like Kidpool, Deadpool Pulp, Pandapool, Golden Age Deadpool, Mimepool, Motorpool, Beard of Bees Pool, Squirrelpool, Grootpool, Nightpool, Hawkeye Pool, Chibi Pool, and Watari. Now at this point you might be asking yourself, why does the Deadpool Corps even exist? Well, the Deadpool Corps was actually founded by Earth 616's Deadpool after he was chosen by the Contemplator to stop this being known as the Awareness, who was threatening to basically consume all of the Marvel Multiverse's consciousness. I'm gonna be honest, it's a little confusing. The Deadpool Corps was chosen over any other competent team.
Hey!
Sorry. Because their unique cuckoo crazy mind actually made them immune to the Awareness's powers. If you're familiar with the original Spiderverse comics, it's kind of similar to that, with how like the Inheritors are choosing the Spider People as like the desired meal to eat, but instead it's kind of more like the inverse, because the Deadpool Corps are like the ones chosen to be able to defeat the Awareness. They have like the power to stop them instead of like, we're gonna eat you. It's more like Futurama, where Fry's the only one who can defeat these like super intelligent brains because Fry's so stupid and lacks like the zeta wave in his brain or something. Anyway, the team ends up being able to save the day from Awareness, and then the book continues, so they actually save the day from several other threats, but their victories don't last long. That's because the Deadpool from the Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe series arrives with the goal of, you guessed it, killing. As the Deadpool Corps tries to take on this evil Deadpool, he seems impossible to beat, especially because this evil Deadpool has assembled an evil Deadpool Corps, and it's made up of some of the craziest Deadpool variants. As the fight rages on, every Deadpool variant except the main 616 variant is killed by the evil Deadpool Corps, leaving only the main universe Deadpool to take on evil Deadpool. It's kind of like that scene in Avengers Endgame where it's just Cap against Thanos' army, but instead it's Deadpool against Deadpool. Somehow, Deadpool actually manages to stop evil Deadpool, but the Deadpool Corps are forever disbanded. Probably because everyone is dead. And to think, all this happened from 2010 to 2013, years before the original Spiderverse comic came out.
Proving Deadpool did it first and Spider-Man is a copycat.
But what about all the other multiverse comics and movies that came before this? Isn't it a little stupid to say that Deadpool did it first when this is just some trope that every franchise ends up doing if it lasts long enough?
Shut up!
But what do you guys think? Did Spider-Verse rip off Deadpool? Should the Deadpool Corps come back? Let me know what you think in the comments below, and thanks for watching.